Hey guys, it's Dijon here from Trend Watchers, and today I got an awesome video prepared for you guys titled Failure versus Regret. And like this video right here, it's like I just highly recommend you guys watch this video all the way through, because like not only am I gonna like showcase like some key lessons I learned from my life, but like just like when you understand the concept between like failure versus regret, you know, like just living your life like based on the principles I'm gonna like share with you guys in this video right here, like you're truly going to live like just the quality of your life is just gonna like increase exponentially. So yeah, just make sure you watch this video all the way through, because like I'm really about to drop, so I'm really about to go all out in this video right here. But yeah, like don't forget to like, subscribe, and yeah, let's just hop right into it. So as usual, I got my paper plate with like a lot of bullet points here to cover. And today I want to start with some storytelling, and then we're going to go into the concept of like failure versus regret. But my first story actually started back in high school. So as you guys know, I used to do like I want to become a YouTuber, right? So I posted like 100 videos for like 100 days. Didn't get traction. A friend told me like, hey, try out Trend, post content around like this one trending niche, which was dank memes. I did that, and like 10 days later, I got 250,000 views on my first day of school for my sophomore year, you know. Now, for that, my sophomore year, that was the year when I joined the cross-country team in my high school, right? And I think, yeah, like running wasn't my thing, but you know, like as I kept on running every single day, like through summer training, all that stuff there, like I was able to like, I started building a passion for running, you know. But like, this was my day back in high school. So I'd wake up at 6 a.m. and I'd go to like an early morning Bible class. And I'd go from there from like 6:30 to 7:30. And then like 7:35 to like 8:15, I'm like commuting to the school, and I'm like getting, you know, just getting situated at school, you know. And then you got like the 8 hours at school. We got out at 3:30, and then immediately after school was cross country practice. And you know, we go for, you know, we do a little warm up, we go for a run, do our workout for the day or whatever. And then after that, we cool down, and then by the time you're done, you're looking at maybe like 6, maybe 7 on like the long run days, that like on Mondays we go do like 7, 10, 12 miles, whatever, you know, right? So so by the time I got home, like I had like a whole bunch of homework to do. And by the time I spent like an hour or two doing all that, it was time for me to go to bed, and there just wasn't too much time to really go out there and post to YouTube, you know. And it kind of got to the point where like school and like cross country, it was like interfering with like me doing YouTube. And keep in mind, like this wasn't like little hobby I was doing on the side. Like I was getting like hundreds of thousands of views like every single day, you know. So this thing was like a full blown online business, right? But I couldn't really give it the attention it deserved because I was too busy with like school and like cross country. So like I remember I forgot when it was, but like I came to the point where I was like, okay, like if I focus on cross country, what do I get out of it? And I kind of imagine me like going to like maybe running in college or whatever, and like just the chances of me like just like, and I know like I can improve myself through practice, but like just the chances of me really like getting paid for that on a level I was getting paid for YouTube at the time was gonna be like just getting like all those big name sponsors and everything. It just wasn't really likely, you know. And not only that, but like everyone's kind of goes the college route, and they may play sports or whatever in college, you know. And like that wasn't really a way to really like make myself different from the crowd. And I guess I had the idea of like, what if I just like drop cross country, knowing that I'm gonna like close out that potential like pathway in life. But like, and like with YouTube, like I had no idea what I think was gonna take me, you know. But like just the, you know, like just like the, I guess like my curiosity, like I wanted to like try it out, not to only like scale the operation, but to also kind of like see where it would go, even though that path wasn't really clear. I was kind of faced with like this decision between like, you know, like failure versus regret. Now in this case here, I wasn't really I guess like with like the failure side of things, I was willing to drop cross country to focus on YouTube, knowing that like this thing could like succeed really well, which it was doing, or it could completely flop, and like I had to like rethink my whole career thing, you know, my whole career path. But like I didn't let failure stop me from keeping action and dropping cross country, just focusing on that because I couldn't drop school. Like I couldn't drop high school. I kind of got to finish that. But I dropped cross country. But like just like I knew that, and that was weird because like I remember I was like thinking to myself, I was like, whoa, like this is a very important decision I'm making right here. Just like one of those decisions where like if you go this way, your life completely changed. If you go that way, your life is gonna completely change. So I remember sitting down and just like strategically thinking like I gotta pick super carefully here. And I guess the big thing that made me like go down the YouTube route was like just regret, I could have showed the cross country practice and kind of like put YouTube on the back burner or whatever, but like in the back of my head every day it was gonna be like, how do I just focus in on it? Where could I have been, And I don't want to go too much into that. I'm gonna break that down as I go over like failure versus regret. But that was one of my first like big experiences when it came down to like failure versus regret, kind of like those two things. How that affected me making a big decision. So yeah, that was number one. The second one was my crypto story. Also happened in high school, I think my junior year. So with my YouTube earnings, right, I was looking for ways to I guess like invest some of it, and I saw cryptocurrency, right? So I hopped in, like I'm doing my research and everything, and then I see like this one altcoin. It was called DentaCoin. I thought it was gonna blow up, right? So I wanted to throw like a couple thousand at it, but my mom said, no, Dijon, you can only put you can only put like $100 in there because she controlled my bank account at the time, So yeah, like I was like the most I could put was like $100 into it. So bought my Bitcoin. I exchanged it for DentaCoin, the altcoin I was going for, and like, man, deep down inside, I really want to persuade my mom that like I really wanted to put like a couple thousand into this coin because I really thought it was gonna blow up, And she just kept telling me like no, and like I don't know, something just told me to just keep on like pushing more towards it, but like I didn't, So I get the cryptocurrency, and then I just kind of let it sit there for a bit, like a couple of months, and then fast forward, I think it was, what was it, January 2017 on the 7th. It was on my birthday. I went and I checked the because I remember someone mentioned like oh, cryptocurrency's going up. I was like, oh, let me see how my coins are doing, and my $100 turned into $6,000 within like a couple of months, and like that was that was kind of I guess like a nice little reality check. Not reality check, but kind of like a big lesson as far as like failure versus regret. Like I had the like dog, yeah, I wanted to put $5,000 in there. That would have been $300,000 right there. Like my junior year of high school, I would have had $300,000 in my bank account. But like my parents at the time, were afraid of me failing, and I'm pretty sure myself at the time, I kind of was maybe like a little bit like, because that was my first time investing, But like, man, like after like, and I mean like, so the coin went up. My balance went up to $6,000. Then I hung in too long, and she pulled it at $1,000. So I still had like a 900% gain. But like, in my head, like I wasn't satisfied because like that $6,000 could have been $300,000, and just like I just had like I really started feeling that regret, just like dang, like had I just persuaded my family like a little bit more, like where would my life had been, like what like could I have taken that money and put it into like some stock, whatever, and it would have went to like a couple of millions? Could I have like gone like and lost it all, and I wrote a book on my experience and became like a famous person through that, like just so many different routes as like what could have happened had I got that money, And the worst part about regret is that like you're just never gonna know, you're never gonna know, like, and you're gonna continue having that thought in your head until the day you die. And man, dog, I used to cry myself to sleep over that one right there. That one really sucked. And I still think about it to this day, like, dang, like, could have had an extra $300K in my bank account. And who knows, like I could have turned that into millions by now, just based on just based on like the action I was doing back then, back in high school, But those like that YouTube story and also this cryptocurrency story, that kind of opened my eyes as far as the concept of failure versus regret. And I'm gonna I'm gonna hop into that right now. So failure, man, I wish I could. I'm like a visual person. I like drawing my charts, but failure, like in the short term, not failure, but like regret, right? Like immediately after, it feels really good. But as with time goes on, it's gonna start getting like more painful and painful and painful, and it's just it just kind of gets worse as time goes on. It kind of goes like this. So like the pain is little, then and then like as you keep on as like time right here, as it kind of keeps on going, the pain of like regret just keeps growing and growing and growing. You're like, dang, like what could have happened had I just took an action, as opposed to failure. So with failure, like initially you're gonna feel like you're really gonna feel the pain up here, but as time goes on, that pain starts to go away, and eventually at some point you're gonna laugh back at it like, oh, like like I was a fool doing that. I remember with one of my crushes back in high school, I remember I did some corny like little pickup line over the text after I got her number, and I got shot down, and like at first like it hurt a lot, but as time went on, like it started it still hurt, but like as time went on, I started making jokes about it, and now it's just a funny story that happened in the past, like back in high school. I laughed about it with me and my friends that was there with me when it happened, But yeah, that's really the relationship between failure versus regret, and a lot of people, they don't take action in life because they're afraid of failing, which is totally understandable, But like I'd rather like fail and have like that initial pain, And the cool thing about failure is that like success leaves clues. So when you fail, usually one door closes and another one opens, So if you look around in the right spot, you'll eventually find the path you need to take to kind of like keep marching forward towards the direction you want to go to, So that's why I love failure. But like I rather like have that hard pain up front, and then as time goes on, it turns more into joy, than to kind of like live the rest of my life just wondering like, man, like how could my life have changed had I just took an action doing this, And like regret, it's almost like acid on your soul. It just burns till the day you die, and there's nothing you could do about it. It's not like you could take a time machine and go back and change your actions. Like there's literally nothing you could do to go back in time to go and fix it. It just like the history is history, and there's nothing you could do it, and you're just gonna wonder till the day you die, like wondering like, shoot, like where could I have been had I just took an action, And I kind of had this experience when when I had the option to double down on trend watchers. I had, what was it, 21 Ethereum coins, and I remember, yeah, that was probably my last biggest decision. So I knew cryptocurrency was gonna go up, right? I had my 21 Ethereum coins at like $200 per coin. So I had that, but I also needed to I needed some money to like develop like trend watchers, the actual software, and I was short like a couple $1,000s, right? So like I had the hard decision to like, do I sell my Ethereum to fund trend watchers? And I was kind of like working out like the failure versus regret stuff in my head, and I was like, you know what, like just screw it, like just the opportunity cost. I knew the Ethereum was gonna go up, but I knew trend watchers, it was gonna pay more, way more in the long term, not only like monetary wise, but also like experience wise. Just like me bootstrapping a company from scratch, like I can literally take that experience anywhere, And had I passed up on the opportunity to like develop trend watchers, maybe it could have failed, maybe it could have succeeded. I would have never known, because like I wouldn't have taken action, and I would have spent the rest of my days just wondering like, man, like had I focused on trend watchers, where would my life be? And even if that Ethereum even went on and made me like millions of dollars, right? Like I still would have been wondering like, man, like I wonder how much further I could have gone had I went and just developed trend watchers, like where could I have been as far as like my life, So like that was one thing I really noticed as far as like that was like I think that was the last big decision when it came to like failure versus regret for me. But hold on, looking at my notes real quick. But that's really like an approach I make to life, especially and what I mean by life, like not only on the big decisions, but also on the small decisions as well. So let's say I'm at a coffee shop, right? And there's this really cute girl, right? So instead of me saying, oh, she's probably gonna turn me down, like what I do now is just like, cause once I leave and I go home for that night, I'm gonna be thinking like, man, like, you know, like my brain's gonna start playing scenarios like, what could have happened had I approached her? Or what could have happened had I not, had just chickened out, you know? And I'm just gonna be like, and like, I'll never know because like the past is the past. There's nothing I can do to really go back there and really change it. So like one thing I do is that like, for example, like let's say I'm at the coffee shop and there's a cute girl I want to approach, right? Like the second the idea comes on my head, I just go and do it. And sometimes I get rejected, which is cool. And then sometimes I get the number, whatever, it turns to a date, go on 3 or 4 dates, doesn't work out, you know? And even though it failed, like I kind of know the outcome. And because I know the outcome, there's really no more of that mystery that stays in my mind for the rest of my life till I die, you know? I kind of know what happens. And not only that, but like I also take the experience. I'm able to take it for future scenarios to just to improve my chances, you know? So just stuff like that. Also one of my favorites is like service opportunities. Let's say someone is like, they need help like carrying the groceries to the store, or like they can't reach something off the top shelf. Like I don't even think about, like when I see it, I just go and do it. Like I don't even care about cause like one thing I really fear is regret, you know? like that regret, it's something else, and it'll really kill your soul, you know? So that's one thing. That's really how I take this concept and I really apply it to my life, you know? I apply it to not only make it more fulfilling, which I'm gonna go over in a second, like how I use this concept to make my life more fulfilling, to where like I feel like I'm actually able to live in the moment and just really be able to enjoy life, you know? And I'm really able to do that through so with my failures, right? So, just the best part about taking action. So 2 things can happen. So it can actually succeed. And if it succeeds, it's a win in your favor. But if it fails, what I like doing to kind of put a spin on it is that I like turning that failure into some sort of cool story, some cool engaging story I can use to share with other people, and to not only share with other people, I also write down in my journal, and I'll make an Instagram post out of it, kind of sharing the funny stories, sharing what I learned, and I'll kind of I'll flip that failure into a humorous story or experience I'm able to share, and then essentially just not only profit off of it monetarily, but also just personal wise. And the cool thing about this method is that once you have a collection of all these stories of your failures, and time goes on, you're gonna get bored one day. You're gonna look back and you'll be you know how you're just driving, or you're just sitting down, you just start laughing at oh, I remember that one time, right? Those things start popping up in your head, and it's just so fulfilling, it just really fills your soul with joy. And that's one thing I love doing, with my failures, to really make it not only enjoyable and a good learning experience for me, but also whenever I'm in those situations where it's failure versus regret, I always take action in the moment. It just makes it a lot easier for me as a person to go out there and just take that action. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Like I said, if you're coming across a decision, either it's big or small, you wanna listen to your intuition and just take action. Who cares if you fail? Because like I said, if it succeeds, cool, you win. If it fails, turn it to a story, and you're gonna win that way if you use the story right. And really, if you don't take action, you let regret really do its thing. It's really gonna take a toll on your soul, and that's just not the way to live life. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you guys got a lot of value out of this. This is probably one of my favorite concepts to really apply in my everyday life. But yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.